Chapter 1, The Runaway Bride. The church was filled with the scent of white roses and the air of lies. I stood frozen in the middle of the aisle, my veil trembling slightly, whispers spreading between the pews like a slow, malicious tide. Then I saw her. Lena. My best friend. Wearing a white wedding dress. Standing next to my fiancé. One hand resting on her swollen belly. I didn't plan any of this, she whispered, her voice laced with just the right amount of feigned tears. But the child deserves to know the truth. The word child rang louder than the organ music. Lucas didn't look at me. He stared at the floor, like a man finally relieved of a heavy burden. I'm sorry, he said. I never meant to hurt you. It was then that I understood one thing clearly. They didn't feel guilt. They felt relief. I smiled. Not because I was okay. But because I didn't want to beg for anything anymore. I lifted my skirt, turned, and walked out of my own wedding. The door closed behind me. And the old me disappeared with it. Chapter 2, The Uncle They Never Mentioned. The Hawthorne family had a rule. If you weren't strong enough, you wouldn't be mentioned. That's why no one ever mentioned Ethan Hawthorne. Lucas's uncle. The youngest brother of the family patriarch. A man who never attended weddings. A man who never lost. He poured me a glass of wine in his private lounge at the Hawthorne estate, his expression calm, as if I hadn't just suffered public humiliation. You seem unusually composed, he said. I'm still in shock, I replied. I haven't processed any of this. He nodded. You will. Silence fell between us. Then he spoke again. If you leave today, he said, they will rewrite the story. You will become the hysterical, incompetent bride. I met his gaze. What if I don't leave? A faint smile touched his lips. Then you will change the family hierarchy. 3 hours later, we signed the marriage certificate. No ring. No kiss. No witnesses. Only my name side by side with his. And the sound of the family power balance subtly shifting. Chapter 3, From Former Fiancé to Aunt-in-Law. The Hawthorne family gathering wasn't a dinner. It was a trial. A long white marble table. Crystal clear wine glasses untouched. Gazes so sharp they could pierce skin. Lucas was late. He arrived with Lena. Lena was pregnant. Smiling. A picture of triumph. The moment he saw me, he froze. I was sitting next to Ethan at the head of the table. No intimacy. No vulnerability. Calm and composed. Unapproachable. The patriarch cleared his throat. Ethan, you announced the marriage. Explain. Ethan held my hand. This is my wife. The ensuing silence was suffocating. Lucas suddenly stood up. This is a joke. I calmly took something out of my bag. A small red booklet. With gold lettering. A marriage certificate. I placed it on the table. I looked up at him. A faint smile. Perfect posture. Be careful, I said softly. You should address me with the proper title. He opened his mouth. But no sound came out. I tilted my head. Call me Aunt-in-Law. Chapter 4, Hierarchy is a Weapon. After I spoke, no one said anything. Call me Aunt-in-Law. The words hung in the air like a verdict. Lucas's face went through several stages, shock, disbelief, humiliation, finally settling on a darker emotion. Anger. This is insane, he snarled. This is all your plan. You've always been jealous of Lena. Ethan's hand tightened on mine. Not hard. But possessive. Sit down, he said calmly. Lucas sneered. You have no right to order me. Ethan finally looked at him. Just one glance. That was enough. You're right, Ethan said. I won't order you. He leaned back in his chair, calm and deadly. I'll simply remove the obstacles. The patriarch cleared his throat. Lucas. Apologize to your aunt. Aunt. The word shattered the last vestiges of Lucas's dignity. His lips trembled. I stood up. Gracefully. Slowly. No need, I said. Family gatherings should be pleasant. I looked at Lena. She was still standing. Still tightly guarding her stomach as if wearing armor. You should sit down, I added kindly. Stress isn't good for outsiders. Outsider. Lena's smile finally crumbled. Chapter 5, The Fall of the Golden Heir. The next morning, Lucas lost his project. The real estate deal he had spent 2 years building, gone. The funding was withdrawn. The board vote was overturned. By noon, rumors were swirling. By evening, the news was confirmed. Ethan hadn't raised his voice. Hadn't attended any meetings. Hadn't explained anything. He didn't need to. At dinner, Lucas slammed his glass down on the table. "This is your doing," he snarled at me. I looked genuinely surprised. "Oh?" I said. "I don't get involved in business matters." Ethan glanced at me, a hint of amusement on his face. "She doesn't," he confirmed. "I did it." Lucas turned to him. "You ruined me for a woman." Ethan smiled faintly. "No," he said. "I'm correcting a mistake." He placed his hand on mine. "This mistake." He always thought he was irreplaceable. At that moment, Lucas understood. He had lost more than just me. He had lost the future he had taken for granted. Chapter 6. Gentleness is also a form of revenge. I didn't expect him to be so gentle. That surprised me the most. Ethan didn't treat me like a trophy. He treated me like his choice. He remembered my coffee habits. He noticed when I was silent. He never demanded an explanation for my pain. One evening, with Manhattan glittering beneath us, I softly asked, "Why me?" He didn't answer immediately. Then he said, "Because you left without begging." I chuckled softly. "That doesn't sound romantic at all." "That's what matters most," he replied. He slowly and gently brushed a strand of hair from my cheek. "With me," he said, "no one will ever humiliate you again." I looked up at him. "What if they try?" His smile was lazy and dangerous. "Then," he said, "I'll make them remember who you belong to." I gently corrected him. "No." He raised an eyebrow. "I don't belong to you," I said. "I stand beside you." His gaze deepened. "That," he said, "is precisely why you will be my wife." Then he kissed me. Deeply and slowly. Outside, the city was still bustling. Inside, something dangerous and beautiful was taking root. Chapter 7. The woman who tried to take everything back. Lena came to see me. Alone. That in itself was a mistake. She appeared at the Hawthorne penthouse in a beige dress, a carefully chosen color, designed to look innocent, fragile, and harmless. Her belly was bigger now. Her eyes were red, her eyelashes slightly clumped together, enough to show she had cried, but not enough to ruin her makeup. "I never thought things would turn out this way," she said. I calmly poured the tea. "You stood at my wedding altar," I replied. "Wearing my wedding dress. Carrying my fiancé's child." She flinched. "Lucas loves me." I finally looked at her. "Then why are you here?" Silence. She placed her hand on her stomach. "This child is a Hawthorne. He deserves a future." I smiled. "So do I." Her voice became sharp. "You can't keep him away from his family." I gently set down my teacup. "You're mistaken," I said. "I am his family now." Her face instantly paled. "I am his aunt," I calmly continued. "And you?" I tilted my head. "You are the woman who slept with my nephew." Lena broke down. She cried. She begged. She promised silence, loyalty, anything. I listened politely. Then I stood up and opened the door. "The conversation is over," I said. "Please don't come to my house again." The security guard escorted her out. I didn't feel victorious. I felt that everything was over.